No, for sure, man. 216 love, man. We doing no. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Tunensports. Welcome back to the stream. I am one of many voices for Cavs fans and NBA fans. Thanks for tuning in to me live, and shout out to you on the playback. I try not to be on too long, man. Shout out to my guy Humble. Humble always in the building, man. What's good, my guy? He said Tunensports time. Yeah, you already know, man. You said, what you said? You said this stream is like Kyrie Irving, handles impossible to predict, but always entertaining. Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, much love, man. Much love. He said Kyrie. Try to get to the comments real quick. LeBron is that ex who left, but you take him back in a heartbeat. Yeah, man. Yeah. I like the little analogy you threw right there, man. He said his channel is more reliable than the cash free throw percentage. Yeah, humble on one. You on one, humble? He said all these comments are brought to you by ChatGPT. What's going on, man? Everyone get out the way. My favorite YouTuber is live. Yeah, humble. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. You said the Underground King, Tunensports. Shout out to Bruce, man. What's good, Bruce? You said the return. Hey, bro. I don't know, man. I really don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with this guy, to be honest with you, man. But shout out to Bruce, man. Appreciate you, bro. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. But let me get into it. I don't want to, hold y'all too long, man. Bruce said exes are exes for a reason. Yeah. You don't, supposed to go back, but it's a little different though, man. A little different, man. So yeah, we talking about LeBron today, man, of course. Top 5 player to some, greatest of all time, or one of the greatest. We got to talk about it. So let's talk about this LeBron James situation. It's still a mystery what LeBron is going to do. So let's talk about what we do know, right? We going into the middle of July. We had trades. We got some new faces on some new teams now. And the Lakers, they really didn't make no splash moves. Not like they could, with LeBron deciding to opt into his, what was a $52 million contract. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But then you got Reeves. I think he still got to get a sign. DFS left to Houston, and they finally got their starting center, DeAndre Ayton. You know, just like I called it, I said, you know, it should be DeAndre Ayton going to the Lakers, but you got him right, and he comes out and says that they asked him like, "Yo, did you get a phone call from LeBron?" And he like, "Nah, man. You know, he got a text message from Luca, but he ain't hear nothing from Bron. You know, he said, you know how it goes. People still with their family and all that. But yeah, no text, no welcome to the team by LeBron James. That's what Aiden said, man. Let me see if I got that for you real quick. I want to play that. I mean, they asked him. Let's see, if we got that.
Have you spoken to LeBron? Have you spoken to Luca?
Not really yet, but I definitely got a text from Luca. I know how the off season goes. You know, this is not my first rodeo. People are probably busy and, you know, training and having times with their families, but I'm just waiting. I'm just really just trying to integrate myself with the team and get to know everybody.
Hey, DeAndre.
So yeah, man, he didn't even talk to Bron yet. We already know how that go right now, man. LeBron is in, you know, his I don't know what mode he in, but it's the unknown with LeBron right now. So Aiden didn't talk to him, right? We know about the Rich Paul statements saying he still wants to compete for a championship, and he was going to be monitoring the Lakers moves this offseason. Hey, LeBron, you still keeping an eye out on the moves, man, that the Lakers been making? Huh? We know he was just in Ohio, 4th of July weekend. We know all that stuff, man. We know he was out there at the practice facility. We know he was golfing, knowing he don't play no golf. You know, and he, you know, out there at the Cavs facility, man. Like, that's kind of weird. Like, it's just not adding up to me. Like, LeBron is the king of cryptic messages. He always doing subliminals. Very strategic. He's a very calculated man. You know what I'm saying?
What? I think they're trying to get political.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
What is going on?
Why even that?
And we spoke on this before. Me and Joseph, you know, Joseph been covering the LeBron situation. We spoke on this. He knows what he's doing. He's stirring the pot. All that stuff, right? And y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all want to see LeBron back in Cleveland. But I want to play what Brian Windhorst had to say on ESPN Cleveland. So let me play that real quick.
LeBron absolutely knows that he will cause a wave with these social media things. So on one hand, he is just coming home for the holiday. He is just doing something that he has done numerous times in the past. On the other hand, by doing what he's doing, he is absolutely poking the bear and, you know, being passive aggressive. And by the way, the Lakers are being passive aggressive back at LeBron. All right. They did not announce his option pickup. So they're both acting in the same way. Now, how is this going to get resolved? And my answer to you, in full honesty, is I don't know. He elected to opt into that contract to make $53 million. When he did that, he limited his options way down, and he limited the Lakers' options way down. So if he truly badly didn't want to be a Laker, he doesn't pick up that option.
Now, Brian Windhorst basically said he don't know what's going to happen. Let's be honest with ourselves, right? No one really knows what's going to happen. No one knows what LeBron James is going to do. No insider, no coach. Shoot, probably not even Rich Paul at this point. It's an unknown.
So you understand the words I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
And we just don't know. Like I said before, I seen this before. Like all this talk from local media on LeBron, it's content, right? Oh, is LeBron going here? Is LeBron going to Cleveland? Is he going to the Dallas Mavericks? I look at it as content. LeBron knows what he's doing. But I told myself a long time ago I would not get my hopes up. You know, it is what it is. Like, I don't take what he does. Like, I just don't. I have to see it to believe it. I just not gonna get my hopes up if LeBron, if he's coming or not. Like, I don't take what he does or even say like too serious. Now, I'm on the side, of course, see it to believe it because this like the 110,000th time LeBron James teased Cavs fans about a potential return. All this, right? All this social media stuff, and he could end up being a Lakers still going to next season. Now, I will say this, right? It's a chance he gets a buyout, right? Maybe he gets a buyout tomorrow. Who knows? Or even this week. But regardless, I think whether it's now or next season, I think he will finish his career in Cleveland. In my opinion, I think that will happen. But if he really was like serious about what he said, if he really wanted to win and compete for another championship, LeBron, why would you pick up your option? Why would you opt in if you were serious? Why would you opt in? Because by you opting in, you made things kind of like harder. Shout out to Joe. What's good, Joseph? Shout out to Joseph. Make sure y'all tap in with Joseph. What's good, Joseph? What's good, Wiley? I see you, Wiley. Let me see. Yeah, like, subscribe, share. What's good, bro? What's good? What's good? What's good, Wiley? Say, yo, what's good? Wiley, welcome back. We don't need yo, Wiley. He said we don't need that.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
I mean, you might be right, bro. Old man Brian. He said D Mitch, Brian right now. D Mitch greater than Brian right now. That's a debate, man. That's debatable, man. Brian's still giving you some good, minutes at the age he at, man. But I'm taking Don. But yeah. But my thing is, bro, why did you pick up your option? Like, you basically sabotage you sabotage your own self.
So then, now, when does crack? Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
You sabotage yourself. You really want it out, but you holding yourself back. You holding the Lakers back. Like, if you really want it out, you would have never have opted in. Like, we know the Lakers not doing nothing, right? We know, like, right now they're not like making a deep playoff push. They preparing for the future. All you had to do was opt in. I mean, all you had to do was opt out and become a free agent and sign wherever you wanted. For less, of course. And I always shot down the trade thing. I had a back and forth with Joseph and Humble about it. Like, I'm not trading for LeBron James. I'm not trading DeAndre Hunt. I'm not trading Allen. It's just not smart. Because you telling me I'm giving the Lakers all my top guys / defenders just to bring back a 41-year-old LeBron who's still pretty good. Which means you gutting your roster to acquire him, and you still most likely might get put out the second round because you got to replace what you lost. And it's not an easy trade to make, which is why, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, do LeBron really care? I don't think he care about winning. Like, he's playing games with the fans. What is this? Like, what are we doing, bro? But I get it. Like, if he did that, on purpose, in his mind, strategic, to get your last big payday, get your money, bro. Even though you like a billionaire already, you know. And yeah, okay, make them, agree to a buyout. Because the situation is weird to me, man. It's weird to me, man. Like we know, the Lakers are going to a different direction, but it's just like you're not hearing nothing from Bron, so it's just like, all right, bro. Yeah, he is an old man, Wiley. He is an old man. He is, but he's a pretty good old man still for his age. Um, it's just weird though. Like I said, if he like if he want to go to the Cavs, then he should have opted out. You know what I mean? Like he could say, like, yo, I'm going to the Cavs or I'm gonna go to this team tomorrow. But I'm not gonna buy it until I actually see it. Like I think actions speak louder than words. So this whole this cryptic message he's sending here, or he plants these here with pictures, I'm just not buying it. And this whole, I'm just testing the water, I'm at the Cavs facility. I'm showing up the playoff games. I'm going to the Cavs and Boston playoff games, still in headlines because he's using the Cavs for leverage. At that time he was using it for leverage. He using the Cavs, but I look, me personally, I don't want to hear no more. I want to hear where you going, bro. I want to hear you. Is you coming? You going? You staying? Like I want to know that. Like I hate that this man is dragging this out, bro. I really do. I told Joseph that too, man. Now, of course, I would love LeBron to put on that jersey one more time, especially the Cavaliers getting they throwback jerseys back and the Philadelphia getting their jerseys back. There's a couple teams I want to see that, but I'm curious to know like what Dan Gilbert think about all this. Like, what do Donovan think? Like, do Donovan is he thinking like, yo, this is my like, cause it's Donovan team, right? LeBron knows that. Because the young guys, they trying to build their own legacy, They trying to remove themselves from the LeBron shadow. They talked about it plenty of times before. Donovan talked about he trying to win one for the city, post LeBron, respect the culture, what LeBron did. They trying to build their own legacy here, man. Now, I just know if LeBron returns to Cleveland, I just know it's going to go crazy. Cavs will get all the media coverage. Again, you won't have to be, complaining about it not being televised or being talked about in the media because Stephen A. Smith or one of them guys, they're going to keep LeBron name in their mouth, which will bring the Cavs names in their mouth. So I think it's good in that sense. And Cavs, they're already favorites to come out the East right next year. And adding Bron, I think, will solidify that, in my opinion. If you was to add LeBron, get him in the buyout market. So my thing is, LeBron, is you like, what are you doing, bro? When are you gonna make a decision? That's my thing, man. Is you playing? Is you doing this? Teasing the fan thing again? Are you playing with our emotions, man? Not everybody emotions, because everybody probably ain't saying, yo, we want you to come back, but like people just just want you to like get it over with, bro. Let us know if you is you leaving or are you staying, man. Cause LA look like they moving on without you. You only got one more year on your contract, buddy. They pretty much done. They going on with Luka and Aiden. Aiden locked in for 2 years. So that's my thing, bro. He said he the future Spider. Yeah, Spider's the future. Spider's now. Not even the future, he's now. But Wally, LeBron comes to the team, that boosts your chances in the East, bro. I'm just saying. Um, yeah, that boosts your chances in the East, bro. He said, "I'm ready for the lane." Hey, Joseph, look. I'm about to head out, but look. I dropped the link. I'll probably be on for another 5 minutes. That's why I came on here live. But I'll drop the link just because I want to hear what you got to say. But this is gonna be a very short stream. But I'll drop the link. I got like 5 minutes. I'll drop the link to hear your response. So let me drop the link for you. I got like 5 minutes. I got you though, bro. Let me drop the link. I dropped the link right now. I got like 5 minutes. The link is in the chat. He isn't about the new cast slogan tune. Let them know. LeBron be like, let it be unknown. yeah. You gotta let them know, man. You gotta let them know. Yeah. What's the other slogan we had? All in. Yeah. I got you, Joseph. Let me. He said LeBron is a kid, but he trapped in a grown man body a while ago. Crazy. Let me add Joseph in here. Hey, Joseph, what's going on, man? Welcome in, bro.
I appreciate you for having me. I'm excited to talk about this. I'm sitting there thinking about it, looking at all the news that we've been sending each other stuff back and forth, and so I'm going to start with the Brian Windhorst thing. I know you got a short amount of time. The Brian Windhorst thing, when he said on ESPN Cleveland the other day, if you remember what he said, I have it on. Well, I'll just read it. He said, "Quote: By doing what he's doing, he's absolutely poking the bear. By the way, the Lakers are being passive aggressive back at LeBron." So, when you notice what he said, they're poking the bear, and it's what I said all along. That's exactly what he's doing. And then you hear what they said on ESPN Get Up this morning. The clip I just sent you like an hour ago.
With the Lakers.
I don't know what's that kid, Bon Teps. I think that's his name, or who's the other?
Yeah,
I know Windhorst. Whoever the other guy was. Tim McManaman or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Tim McMahon. Yep.
Yeah, he said he hit the nail right on the head, and that that LeBron's trying to bully the Lakers into a buyout, and he said that's the word going on. People are discussing it behind the scenes, and then you hear what Dave McMenamin said last week, but from the Mavericks side of it, and it says, "Quote: Dallas, I'm told they would only be interested in LeBron in a buyout situation." So you put all three of those things together, that tells me the buyout discussions have already started. It's just a matter of, like I said on your show the other day, how much money is LeBron willing to give back to the Lakers? Because I think that's the probably where the fork in the road is. Because that guy also mentioned this morning on Get Up as well, which is another great point. That media day press conference, let's see, in about 2 months, if he goes back there, would be one of the most bizarre, awkward, must-see TV media days that you probably have ever seen. I just don't see how he goes back in that building, and they have success there. I mean, I don't think even if he does go back, let's say none of this ever happened. Even if he did go back fully engaged and wanting to be in LA, they're not doing anything next year.
Yeah,
who the hell's picking them to win the NBA championship next year? Nobody. I wouldn't even pick them to come out of the second round. Maybe not even. I mean, the first. Yeah, they just lost DFS. I mean, and replaced it with Jake LaRavia, whatever his name is. I mean. And the rookie out of Arkansas, yeah, he's nice, but he ain't doing. I mean, it's a rookie.
Can't rely on a rookie, man.
You can't rely on a rookie, especially with that brand in LA. Most people don't give a crap. So I just don't. I don't get. I mean, you make a hell of a point. Why would you opt in? But LeBron's never going to play for the minimum only. And here, I have a hard time believing, as calculated this guy's been throughout his whole career, and how he's really been a mobile agent as a player. I have a hard time believing that when he opted in, he didn't have a plan A, B, C, and D. He knows what's going to happen. He knows what he's doing. He understands what's going on. We'll see what happens. I think he's trying to bully them towards the buyout, like I've been saying. I think they've already probably had discussions. I think the Lakers know. They're, a lot of people that say, why would the Lakers do that? That's why those people aren't GMs. Because, yeah, from a basketball standpoint, why would you want to get rid of LeBron? And, maybe financially, or in terms of marketing, he, brings you a lot of revenue and stuff. But from in terms of a locker room standpoint, morale, and what's most important, in the building, I don't think it's good to have him around there. Like I told you on your show the other day, I think if he goes back there, their season will probably be a disaster by Thanksgiving. It'll be similar to when they acquired Russell Westbrook and brought him in there. And we all watched that first national TV game when they played the Suns at home, and Rondo's sitting there shooting air guns at people on the sideline, and it was an absolute disaster. You knew by Thanksgiving of that season was an absolute shit show. It was over. So I think that would be similar here. LeBron's not getting excited about any of these people that they brought in. He ain't excited about DeAndre Ayton. And then I saw Dave McMenamin put in his article the other day. When you hear Jake LaRavia and DeAndre Ayton talking about they can't wait to play with LeBron, it was like all that stuff from LeBron just got forgotten. Well, remember when we drafted Colin Sexton? And as soon as he walked off the stage from shaking the commissioner's hand, he got on national TV and said, "Hey, LeBron, come back to Cleveland. Let's do it. I can't wait to play with you. Let's get one."
The final, yeah.
And then LeBron left for LA a week later.
Yeah, so, I knew I was out when he said that.
Yeah, I don't. The people even write that in an article. I mean, I get you're trying to find everything. I get Dave McMenamin's probably trying to find anything, like any reporter right now. But he probably has a little more inside, but.
Reporter, yeah.
I get people are trying to figure it out and all that because, like Brian Windhorst said, there's no update, and I really believe that when he says that there really is no update. I think they're hearing the chatter that's going on behind the scenes, but they're not going to report it until they feel like it's a for sure thing. Because that's kind of reckless to do. Plus, you know what I mean. A lot of these guys. Let's be honest. A lot of these reporters they can't really say everything when they want to say it.
Nah, of course not.
So you know what I mean. Like there's
got to give a little bit.
Yeah, we don't need Brian Windhorst to go up there and talk over the weekend because there wasn't stuff to bring up. Now it's funny he's coming back around. Let's put him on Cleveland Airways on ESPN on Monday, and then now here let's get him on TV today, and we're starting to slowly ramp back up the drama again. So something's going on for sure.
You seen what DeAndre Ayton said? He said he didn't even he only got a text from Luka. He ain't get no call for LeBron or nothing.
He ain't gonna get a call either.
Nah,
LeBron ain't calling him. Right? He can keep staring at the phone, but LeBron ain't calling him. He's got a better chance of his ex calling him. So
yeah,
LeBron ain't calling him.
Yeah, probably a better chance with that.
Yeah.
Humble said, "How many credit cards are you willing to max out to fund a LeBron come home billboard campaign in Akron?"
0. I don't need to do that though. I think LeBron, you don't need to do that. He's already you can just go outside. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I'll tell you off the air. But you could do it. Some people said in 2010 they went outside his house and held up little boards that said please stay. But if you could time travel to convince 2010 LeBron never to leave, but you'd be stuck in 2010 forever, you win. No, because LeBron was leaving a year in advance. I've already reported this on my show. I could report this now. I mean, it's 15 years ago. Don't matter.
Right.
But so everybody knows my father, Jersey's been in the car business for a long time, right? 2 weeks before he announced to go to Miami, he came in that dealership and bought 2 cars. One of them was shipped to Miami. And the guy that was shipping his cars said he had been shipping cars down there for a year. So that was already written for long. And I think Jeff T kind of just mentioned that too on his podcast because it was the 15-year anniversary. He mentioned that we all knew he was going to Miami. Everybody knew he was going to Miami. Like for him to sit up there that day and go, well, I think I decided this morning. Motherfucker, you decided a year ago. Like, which is cool. But, it
was pretty much,
Yeah, like a lot of people first heard he was coming back to Cleveland in 2012. Like he knew that's what his goal was. Just like when he was going to Miami or to LA. Somebody you find out a lot through dealerships and stuff. Just leave it, it's business. People come in there and we're in the Akron area. But I remember years. Yeah, you come across a lot of people. 2 to 3 years before he went to LA, somebody came in there. Not gonna say who. I'll tell you off the record who it was, but that said in 2018 we're going out west. That was their words. So he knows what he's doing. That's why all this stuff. That's why I've been covering this LeBron back to Cleveland stuff because I see it coming. I just see it coming. You know what I mean? All the crumbles, all the cookie crumbles are there. You know what I mean? He always gives you something to follow if you know what to look at. And so,
always about timing too.
Right, timing. So he's not opting into that contract for not having a plan A, B, C, and D. Now, if he goes back there next year, it's not going to stop. all season long. The trade rumors are not going to stop. It's never going to stop until he's a free agent next summer.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's gonna be talk. Yeah, that's gonna be the headlines. Definitely, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I was listening to Windhorst podcast yesterday with that guy and the Bontemps guy. They have a good show, the three of them.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
Yeah, he's a little abrasive, but
he's
I'm just now
a
starting to get
Cavalier
the
hater, man. He's a
I'm just
hate on the Cavs.
is he? I'm just now starting to listen to him. I really just listen to Wendy. I've always respected and liked Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy's
from
cool.
Akron, and
I'm
I like
talking
Wendy.
about
I just like the way he reports. And I actually didn't like when LeBron went at him. I thought that was a little unfair, LeBron. But anyway,
well, you see Wendy ain't take it personal though.
No, I think Wendy knew what it was. But Wendy's a actually very nice guy off the record too. I've heard very like sweet guy, like nice, and he's just a cool dude. But
yeah, he a cool guy.
Somebody I'd like to interview one day, honestly. But
hey, speaking to existence, bro, you never know.
I will. Especially I get a studio. Hopefully, we'll fly all you guys out. But but no,
Absolutely.
What was my point? Damn it, I lost track of. Now you got me thinking about a studio stuff. No, but what was I talking about? Oh, him coming back in terms of the calculation. You know how he's calculating. You got to follow the cookie crumbs. Like I said, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. It's never going to stop this whole season, LA. And that podcast. That's what I was thinking of. My bad. That podcast. They mentioned the other day about the Luka extension, and that if he doesn't sign an extension, all next season it's going to be like a dark cloud that hangs over the franchise. They were saying, you know, I mean, those three were like, if he doesn't sign that extension, all next year at LA, it's going to be kind of awkward. I mean, do you really want to deal with that all year? It's kind of a distraction in your locker room. But when they talk about LeBron, they act like LeBron could just go back to LA and just be cool for a year. Like, it's LeBron James. You tell me he's not a dark cloud if he's unhappy and doesn't want to be there? I mean, look at the last year he was here in Cleveland before he went to LA, and the whole year was, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, it wasn't toxic like this, but I mean, it was kind of toxic, but it wasn't like this. So he didn't come out, you know what I mean? And
yeah, that was a toxic season. That 2018 was a toxic season.
It was a toxic season, but I think this would be on steroids compared to that. Because you literally came out and said in a statement, I don't believe in this team can win a championship. Pretty much, that's what they said. And then Windhorst said today he's still monitoring. What's he monitoring? What move are they going to make? Like, I saw somebody say, well, I expected them to make a trade for a defensive wing by the end of the month. Who?
Man.
Somebody on a walker? I mean, I don't.
He said somebody on a walker.
Yeah, somebody old and wait.
PJ
Glue
Tucker.
Factory. I mean,
Tucker out there.
Yeah, Glue Factory. Let's bring him in. I mean, what are we talking about? Like the media. These people are freaking crazy. I mean, they are so afraid of LeBron leaving LA. I don't know if you noticed that. They like every time they talk about LeBron, but when it was time for LeBron to leave Cleveland to go to LA, they were all about it. You know what I mean? They were up there doing handstands, cartwheel, and high five.
They love the big markets, man.
Yeah, let's trash Cleveland because we want to be in LA because we want to go out there and live in our whatever. I mean, it's crazy. But when it's time for him to leave, it's no, he ain't. You know, I mean, they just sit there and like make every excuse why he should stay and act like it's no bird. I hope he does leave just to stick it in their face. I think it'd be one of the funniest things ever. Honestly, I mean, I might throw a parade. So it's just to rub it because their arrogance of some of these people in the media acting like he ain't leaving here. Like he don't want to be there. He told you what he thinks. He doesn't want to be there. He never went there for the Lakers. He went there to live in LA and for his off the court stuff. We all know that. Yeah, and for his sons to go to Sierra Canyon and all that. That's why he went there. He didn't go there because he wants to be a Laker. He's not Mr. LA. He's not Kobe Bryant. He's not Magic Johnson. He's not even what Shaq was in LA. He never wanted to be that. And I've never thought LeBron truly fits LA. I thought it's always been an awkward fit. Yeah, I mean, his first year back, the night he passed Michael Jordan in all-time scoring, that man's sitting there on the bench emotional, and they're up there booing him that night. That would have never happened in Cleveland.
Of course not.
Ever.
That's why he was never.
He could have shot the ball in the wrong hoop and made it, and they wouldn't even booed him.
Shout out to Ricky Davis.
Yeah. He could have pulled a Ricky Davis that night in Cleveland, and they would have still been like, "Who cares? You passed Jordan, bravo!" You know, they would have been clapping and like, "Woohoo!" Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't have cared. Right, they don't give a shit. I mean, but that should never. He's gonna be a Cav one way or another. It's gonna be either this season or the next. He's gonna be a Cav. That's for sure. He's gonna play 2 more years. He's gonna be a Cav. He's not gonna do all this stuff without not. I mean, like you heard a lot of the Dallas rumors, but he hasn't flirted with Dallas one
I
time.
never bought into the Dallas rumors though. I never. Really
I think the Dallas is a distraction. I think that's like.
Mm-hmm.
I think they always have to have another team they got to throw out there. It's like when every time I went back and watched clips because it'll be 11 years tomorrow when he came back to Cleveland. And there's actually old ESPN clips of the Sports Center at night, the reports and leading up to that, how like it was such anticipation leading up to that. And a lot of those reports, I remember they said, yeah, LeBron's agent met with Phoenix and Houston, and he was never going to Phoenix and Houston. So you know what I mean? But they have to do that just so it looks cordial. You know what I mean? It looks like we're not just focused on one team, and it looks better.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about the optics. So I think Houston's just like a part of the optics, or not Houston, excuse me, Dallas is just part of the optics.
Yeah.
You know, Dallas, Golden State, they've always had this Golden State crap. New York's, if there's one franchise LeBron has used, it's the New York Knicks.
Yeah, we always hear about the Knicks against somebody.
Since 2010, oh my gosh, they are up there every year. LeBron's going to be a Knick. LeBron's coming to New York. He ain't ever going to New York. He's never playing for that owner. He respects Mike Brown, but he'll never play for Mike Brown again. When LeBron came back in 2014, he made sure Mike Brown was fired before he came back.
Man, we fired Mike Brown like 3 times.
Right. I'm sure if he fired the guy in 2014, I'm sure he wants to go play for him now with 2 years left of his career. No. Yeah, I mean, he ain't doing that. So I think it's Brian Windhorst. It's like I told you 2 weeks ago. It's going to go as far as he pushes it. I think he's already pushed it to the point where I don't think you can go back. Like, especially when the report came out from Buha the other day saying how it's pretty obvious that relationship is really soured and it's not really good right now. It's really toxic between him and the organization. And I just don't know how you bring that back in your building, honestly. I mean, that's a dark cloud in itself. Forget the Luka contract. I mean, that's a big deal. But this right here, I mean, LeBron is still a dark cloud. If LeBron wants to be an ass, he can be an ass.
Oh, yeah.
He's got his media. He's got everybody. He can come in. I mean, he'll put all the pressure on you.
The narrative, the media.
I think he's been kind of light. Everybody's talking about the stuff he's done in the last 2. I think it's been kind of light what he's done the last 2 weeks, honestly.
Yeah,
so
I seen worse LeBron.
Right. He could make this a lot nastier if he wanted to. I think he's just keeping it cordial. And I think what he's the Lakers know what's going on. He's trying to. That's why they're being passed. That's why they're not acknowledging him and being kind of smart ass back to him because. Like Windhorst said, because they know what LeBron's trying to do. LeBron's trying to make them look like they're the bad guys. Like they're the ones that wanted they bought him out. He didn't want to leave really. So then he could say, well, I didn't want to leave, but they bought me out, so I had no choice. Yeah, he's very good at trying to spin the narrative. And maybe he's right. You know what I mean? Maybe he's right. I don't think LA's some of the people out there running that franchise aren't the nicest of people, or I'm sure they could be nasty too. So, it's Hollywood. So
right.
Yeah. I mean, he knows what he's doing with out there. So it's gotta be heading toward the buyout. If he goes back in that building, that media day was gonna be unbelievable because I just that season, in my opinion, I mean, they're not winning shit anyways, but that season would be over with by Thanksgiving. It'd be too much, too toxic. You got the Lucas stuff going on, then you got LeBron bitching and moaning, doesn't want to be there. The body language, he always shows it when he's pissed off. He'll be walking out of that. Like I said, if they're losing the fourth quarter by 20 or whatever, and it's 5 minutes left, he'll be heading out of that arena, going back, already taking a shower. Like he'll just be he'll be so locked out of it. And I don't think that's good to have. I've seen that type of LeBron where he's checked out. I think of his first year in LA when he was checked out. His last year in Miami at times even. He knew he was leaving. And he just walks. His body language, his demeanor, he just checks out. It's almost like he's just there to collect the check, do what he needs to do, get the stats.
Just look at his body language. Look at his body language when Isaiah Thomas got traded. When we played the Timberwolves, he knew Isaiah was out of there. He went right past Isaiah. Isaiah tried to get in the huddle. He went right past him. He went to the guy that was staying on the team.
He looks very robotic when he's checked out. Like he just it's like when you watch him, he's out there just getting his points, do what he needs to do, and then he just leaves. He's very good at because he can go out there and get 20 points easy. So and put up his stats and all that and make it look good. But he if he's not into it, he ain't into it. Like the body language says it all. So And here, when they lost that series this past year against the Timberwolves, like Jersey said, I didn't see it till Jersey called. There was an article written about it actually. When he walked out of that gymnasium that arena that night, his wife was sitting in the tunnel like always, and if somebody read his lips, they pretty much told her like it's broke, like you can't fix it. I'm paraphrasing, but he pretty much told her it's broke, like it's broken. You can't fix it, like it's over with. So, in the state, his actions. I know you said actions speak louder than words. I'm with you. But to me, his actions are still signaling the statement. What have they done since that statement to change what people? That's why people are still talking about it, because they've done nothing to his actions have actually signaled otherwise, that it is true. So I think now they're just trying to keep it quiet. I think there's something going on behind the scenes. Maybe it's tomorrow. Wouldn't that be a coincidence? 11 years later, he does it again.
I said
on the
tomorrow.
same day.
I
don't think
said
he's not going to do it
tomorrow.
today. I think I think they want. I'll be honest with you. I think somebody pointed this out to me when this all happened a week and a half ago. Somebody with some good insight. Somebody I trust, I'd say. He was actually on YouTube as well. They made a hell of a point that a lot of what the NBA is doing right now in terms of Bronny and this whole game tonight.
Yeah,
they've been marketing the hell out of this Bronny Cooper Flag game. They want everybody to tune in tonight. They've been hyping this up for since the draft. I think after this game tonight, because I think they don't want to mess with this game. You know what I mean? I think they want to keep the ratings and hype it up. I'm sure LeBron wants his son, and you know what I mean, in the spotlight, obviously. And so I think they'll wait till after tonight, and then I think maybe tomorrow morning. You might be right. I think tomorrow we might start hearing some more stuff. I think. I mean, I just don't see how they just keep dragging this out. It's not good for anybody, really. And if did they just drag this out and stay quiet, and then he showed back up in September? That's going to be one of the most awkward things ever. I mean, why would you want that? I don't see how LeBron would want to do that, but
it could just be timing, though. It could just be they working on a buyout, behind the scenes. Like you said, maybe
that's the fact that it's being brought up nationally now, public, like the fact that Brian Windhorst even brought up the other day too, that the Cavs would only take back LeBron on a minimum deal. That tells me I don't think Brian's just saying that. Like, you know how these guys are. They're thinking stuff because they're hearing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they could sit and think about it and wonder. That's their job as journalists. But I think a lot of what they're saying, I mean, the guy said it today on Get Up, that's been talked behind the scenes. And for the Dallas Mavericks to leak out that they would only take him on a buyout, that means they know something. You know what I mean? Why would they say that? So I think it's all, it's got to be a buyout. That's the only thing. He's not getting traded. He never won a trade on his resume. All the trade stuff, I mean, I get the reaction to that when that happened on that Sunday when he put the statement out, but he's not getting traded. But that's all it could be is a buyout. But I think it's coming down to, like I said, how much money is he willing to give back to them? Because they're not, from the Lakers standpoint, if he wants to only give them back, let's say the $3 million, like Windhorst said, that means they still have to pay him $49 million. If I'm the Lakers, I'd be kind of, hey, I'm not paying you $49 million to go play somewhere else. Like, that's a lot of money. If I'm paying you to leave, you got to at least help us out too financially. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to have to get more money back. So it's going to be up to LeBron. And maybe that's LeBron's way of getting out of it and saying, I did take less. I did take a pay cut. I gave them back more money in a buyout. I don't know. Who knows what he's thinking. But something's definitely going on. And we'll see what happens. I don't know. It is one of the most bizarre things ever, though, that I've ever covered.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this all play out, man. Hopefully, it plays out how I expect it to play out. But if it don't, then it is what it is. I want to get the humble comments because we about to get ready to shut this down.
Mm-hmm.
He said LeBron got 2 phones, one for the business moves and one for Dan Gilbert's 87 missed calls begging him to come home. Wow. You think Dan begging?
I think Dan put out that 15%. That's all he needs to do.
Yeah, he did, right? He said LeBron got 2 phones, one to text AD and the other to secretly Google how to come back to Cleveland without looking desperate. Hey, man, just come back, man. Welcome arms, bro. He also said Cavs fans out here lighting candles and playing Return of the King on repeat until he comes home. Are they?
Yeah, I don't know.
And I know
We'll
I
see. I mean,
wasn't
here,
coming
I'd
home.
love to. Here, I think it'd be great if you came back. You know, I think it'd be cool from a
I got the
basketball
song
standpoint.
already ready for him, man. I got the song.
Yeah, I think the only thing I had a problem with LeBron this week was what he and KD said on his podcast, the little Jordan thing. I'm like, hey man, if you got a problem, Michael Jordan, just come out and say it.
I mean, some people, some people call it a shot. Some people say, it's not that deep. It's just, just acknowledging, the commitment part and the love, had a love for the game again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ever how you take it. The receiver, however you want to take it.
You never know with those two.
I know. It looks like a shot, but it's however you want to take it, man.
I hope it wasn't a shot. I mean, the man really retired because his father died. He wanted to play baseball because his dad. I mean, I can respect that. Then he came back and still won 3 in a row. I mean, those two never won 3 in a row ever.
Fatigue, all that plays a factor.
Yeah, nobody ever dealt with the scrutiny and the pressure that he dealt with ever, and never will, because he was the first that ever had it to that extent. You know what I mean? So, things were a little different back then.
Yeah, so I just think it's however the person who receiving it wants to take it. That's how I'll leave it at that. One more comment, and then I'm gonna let Joseph close out. Give his final thoughts. He said, "I've been staring at my LeBron Cavs jersey like it's a magic lamp. Any minute now he's gonna. Hey, bro, I found my LeBron jersey, bro. So, so look, I'm waiting for the call, man. I'm ready, to bring it out. I found it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I feel like something there has to be a resolution at some point. You can't just do all this and then just forget about it and act like nothing ever happened. Either side. Man, at some point they got to acknowledge him, which they have not yet, and at some point he's got to put an end to it. So it's got to be coming soon.
A conclusion will happen, man.
Right. There has to be a resolution before August. There has to be. I think soon as possible. I don't know why you want to keep dragging this out. I mean, especially if your goal is to get bought out and leave. I mean, you want to get to Cleveland because the Cavs maybe they have 2 roster spots. Maybe they can make another move. Like, you got to hurry up. Like, it's kind of weird too that Kevin Love stuff's just been on pause. Like, you ever heard any news about Kevin Love? I mean, I know he's not a big free agent anymore, but still, like, you think he would be bought out and signed by now, but he's kind of just sitting lingo. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna say, all signs him coming to the Cavs. That's what I think is leading to. I'm gonna just say that probably.
Although I like the American Coffee thing you brought up.
I'm glad you like it, man. I really like that.
And Trey Lyles, I'm in.
Yeah, I like the addition. Yeah,
but I think Kevin's just sitting lingo. He's waiting around. He knows what he's doing. He's sitting there waiting around. He's sitting there in the gym with the guy 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm sure they sat and talked about some stuff privately. They all do. So,
most definitely.
He knows what's going on. Kevin Love probably knew this was coming long before we all did. So, or found out. So, he's just sitting there waiting. So we'll see what happens.
Joseph, you want to let the people know where they can find you at, man, and find more of your videos?
Yeah, at Joseph Latman. Come over, subscribe to us. Mike did his show the other night on The Professional Fan. Talk about Shador Sanders and the Browns rookie quarterbacks, him and Dylan Gabriel, and how many games they should play this year. And I hopped down there. We were talking about a lot of things with the Browns this year. So if you're in the NFL content stuff, come over, subscribe to us. I also cover this as well. I cover the Cavs. And as any breaking news happens, I'll be live covering it. And I'll have some interviews coming again soon and some other podcasts coming back soon as well. More about life and stuff like that. Mike and I have got some stuff on our minds we want to talk about. So we're going to do it in a new way, though, where it's a little more like open conversation and the people can get involved as well. So stay tuned for that. And like always, you're not subscribed to Tunensports, you're missing out. You're not a real Cats fan. I hate to break it to you if you're not subscribed. If you want to become a Cats fan again, you better subscribe right now. Don't come to my channel unless you subscribe to Tunensports. That's all I got to say. Salute, brother.
Salute, bro. Appreciate it. Beautiful. Yeah, man, that was Joseph, man. If you want more LeBron coverage, because he's been covering the LeBron thing, you want more LeBron stuff, go check him out. He probably talks some more about the situation. If there's any updates, he would have it, of course. So y'all tap in for the more LeBron news and the other stuff too. Let me read. You said thank you folks for everything. Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you, humble. Appreciate you. LeBron coming back is the most Cleveland thing ever. Leave, win, come back, repeat. Yeah, man. I swear, it just. I guess it's just the Cleveland way, bro. I guess so, bro. Humble say he got the chat GBT on lock. He got the comments going. He said LeBron's back. This man is basically on the Cavs loyalty rewards program. Hey, man, look. Might be tomorrow, might be the end of this week. Who knows, man? You might hear something soon. So, keep your ears open, man, and your eyes open, of course. Yeah, man. But yeah, we've been on long enough, man. Subscribe, share. Check out the other content, of course. But yeah, man, we're gonna get ready to shut this down, man. I appreciate you and you. Peace and love. Let them know. Go Cavs.
And he has brought new life to the Cavs and Cleveland since LeBron James. And when I say the best shooting guard in the league, I'm standing on that. He is Donovan Mitchell, Spider.